He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneswari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gauravata Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ramo 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 Hare Hare. So we will start the class. Actually, if you notice that, so we are starting on this Saturday in a little different perspective. So now this is going to be called as Bhakti Rasa. So Bhakti Rasa means, this is Bhakti Rasa or Sara. Sara means extract, but Rasa means tasting. So taste of Bhakti. Taste of Bhakti comes from only Bhakti Shastras, not from philosophical Shastras. So the Bhakti Shastras are not that many. Srimad Bhagavatam is the main Bhakti Shastra, and then we have Chaitanya Charitamrita and all those. They are also Bhakti Shastras, higher level. So now all the Bhakti Shastras are actually we cannot really read by ourselves, because it has to be heard from someone who is actually giving Harikatha about this from this Bhakti Shastra. So that is how we have to position ourselves. So in that respect, Gurudev comes into picture. Because Gurudev, as we are all aligning under Srila Gurudev, Yoga Acharya, Srila Gurudev, all our Sangha, everything is all actually under him. Whatever he has done for us, can we repay Srila Gurudev for what he has given to us? His Amrita Vani is now in all over the world, but not with everybody, only with every Rasika Vaishnavas. So here is something from Srila Gurudeva to start with in this series. In order to please Krishna, his cowherd friends interact with him so lovingly, as per their respective moods, with a sense of possessiveness. This is important. When it comes to Bhava Bhakti, one very important thing that you have to remember is this possessiveness. Not like, awe and reverence, not like Balaji or Lord Narayana or Vishnu worship. No. Or any demigod worship or any other worship. No, that is Vaiti level. Gurudev has not really come to give that. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did not come to give that. So they are all there. They're different. Now, when we really come to this Raganuga, under the Rasika Vaishnavas category, we should really have possessiveness for Radha Krishna. They belong to me. There are again two variations there. One is Krishna belongs to me is Radharani style. I belong to Krishna is Chandravali style. So one is the right side, right wing, and the other one is the left wing. This is how we really do that. So now, what we really want is under our Srila Gurudev, it's Radharani's mood, is possessiveness of Krishna in the mood of Krishna belongs to me. This is important. But this kind of mood is not, because it is very easy to talk. But to be able to dive, even simply diverting our attachment away from the material world itself is problem. Then how can we dedicate ourselves into the lotus feet of the Lord? And that itself is the first stage. And then how we can really have the possessiveness of the Lord is even very high. So it is not possible for everyone to achieve this. But when one consistently hears pure Harikatha, then he is likely to attain this. So the secret is Harikatha. That is why hearing Harikatha is topmost. If someone hears these pastimes again and again, whatever Gurudev is saying is, the spiritual greed may arise in the heart, depending on the Sukriti. Then if he engages in devotional practice, he may achieve it. What is the achieving what? The minus towards Krishna. That's the possessiveness is very important in bhakti. It's not like Krishna is God. Oh, he is there. Why should I really bother about? He is controlling everything. That's fine. Everything. Okay, so I am fine. He is fine. I am fine. No, that's not bhakti. So here we see the importance of hearing from pure devotees like our Gurudev. Unfortunately, Gurudev has left this planet. However, his books are available as a great treasure for us. It is very important that we hear from his books, not just read them. From here. That means when we are reading his books, we have to assume that very importantly that we are actually hearing from him. This is very important. Today, the Bhakti Rasa series actually starting with from extract from Srimad Bhagavatam. And before we start the Bhagavatam, we would like to actually just glorify Srimad Bhagavatam, and we have Madan Mohini here. So, okay, Madan Mohini, why don't you join?
आरती अति पावन पुराण की धर्मा भक्ति विज्ञान खान की आरती अति पावन पुराण की धर्मा भक्ति विज्ञान खान की महापुराण भागवत निर्मल महापुराण भागवत निर्मल सुखमुख विगलित निगमकारा सुखमुख विगलित निगमकारा परमानंद सुधार समय फल परमानंद सुधार समय फल लीलारती रस निधान की लीलारती रस निधान की आरती अति पावन पुराण की धर्मा भक्ति विज्ञान खान की आरती अति पावन पुराण की कलिमद मत नित्रताप निवारिण कलिमद मत नित्रताप निवारिण जन्मा मृत्यु भव भयहारिण जन्मा मृत्यु भव भयहारिण सेवत संत सकल सुखकारिण सेवत संत सकल सुखकारिण महौषधि हरि चरित गान की महौषधि हरि चरित गान की आरती अति पावन पुराण की आरती अति पावन पुराण की विषय विलास विमोह विनाशिनी विषय विलास विमोह विनाशिनी विमल विराग विवेक विकासिनी विमल विराग विवेक विकासिनी भागवत तत्व रहस्य प्रकाशिनी भागवत तत्व रहस्य प्रकाशिनी परम ज्योति परमात्मा ज्ञान की परम ज्योति परमात्मा ज्ञान की आरती अति पावन पुराण की आरती अति पावन पुराण की धर्मा भक्ति विज्ञान खान की धर्मा भक्ति विज्ञान खान की परमहंस मुनि मन उदासिनी परमहंस मुनि मन उदासिनी रसिक हृदय रस रास विलासिनी रसिक हृदय रस रास विलासिनी भक्ति मुक्ति रति प्रेम सुदासिनी भक्ति मुक्ति रति प्रेम सुदासिनी कथा किंचन प्रिय सुजानकी कथा किंचन प्रिय सुजानकी आरती अति पावन पुराण की करमा भक्ति विज्ञान कान की आरती अति पावन पुराण की करमा भक्ति विज्ञान कान की जय राधे जय कृष्णा जय राधे जय कृष्णा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा प्रभुपादा शिव प्रभुपादा निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल.
We are going to get few things from Srimad Bhagavatam, but before that, we want to. I would like to really bring something. Probably I gave this particular segment long time ago. It's a prelude for Srimad Bhagavatam. Once there lived a very, very high devotee of Lord Krishna by name Pundanam. This Pundanam was very involved in worshipping Guruvayurappa. Guruvayurappa, the same deity that Lord Krishna, when he was in Dwaraka, he was worshipping that. He was worshipping the Nandanandan Krishna, the one with all this butter and everything. So that's what the deity that we have in Guruvayur. Guruvayur is actually very, very famous temple. We used to go there too. It's amazing temple. So he used to worship Guruvayurappan with all his full heart and soul. Very, very dedicated devotee. People loved him because he used to give very beautiful Bhagavatam classes, Bhagavatam discourses. He was very famous. And there is also a temple in North Carolina, North of the Kerala state, is called Kotiyur. The significant deity in the temple is Lord Shiva. This temple is still there, very, very famous. So what you see at the top right is the photo of the same deity of Lord Shiva in this temple. The temple is open only for very few weeks during any year. Maybe about 28 days or something. That comes to about 4 weeks. That's all. 1 month. All the other time it will be closed only. Only the pujari will come and then do the puja and then that's it. Then it's closed. Then it's not open for the public. So no human activities in that place for the for the rest of the year except open for 1 month. That's 28 days. So once this Pundanam reached this Kotiyur temple and had a bath in the holy river nearby, and he worshipped the compassionate Lord Shiva. He felt very, very happy and he stayed there for some time. And he wanted to recite Srimad Bhagavatam because he loved Srimad Bhagavatam. So he started reciting every day during that open for 28 days in front of the deity of Lord Shiva. And more people started coming. Soon several hundred people started listening to his discourse. So every day, he recited Bhagavatam. And whenever he does that, he used to keep a peacock feather as a marker as where he should start in the next day. Because when He was a very high devotee. When he really comes into, he gets into trance. He does not even know what he is talking about. It's really very, very high devotee. So just to not to forget where he stopped and then where the next chapter should be, he used to put a peacock feather. So one day, like that, it was going on for several days, and one day he was narrating the pastime of Lord Krishna teasing Queen Rukmini. This is Dwaraka Leela actually. The pastime is this. Lord Krishna decides to play with his beloved wife Queen Rukmini, and wanted to tease her. He playfully, tells her why she wanted to marry him, Krishna. So then Krishna was suggesting, you had better choices like King Sisupala, Salva, Sarasanda, everybody. And hearing this, Queen Rukmini fainted. And then finally it was a big scene. And then Lord Krishna consoled her. This is the essence of that particular chapter. I think we really read that when we did Srimad Bhagavatam before. I'm not sure about that. So this Pundanam was really doing this wonderful, very nicely. He finished the reading, this part of the chapter, and kept the peacock feather at the beginning of the next chapter. And so that he can continue reciting from the next chapter. Next day, to his surprise, he found the bookmark, that peacock feather mark placed at the beginning of the same chapter which he did the previous day. Oh, Pundanam did not even realize, because he just opens that and then reads it. That's it. He just gives the discourse. So it happened second time. He did the same story, but it was good. Because Bhagavatam is like that. You keep on hearing again and again and you will never get bored at all. And he was also old. And every day when he came to the temple where he kept his book, because, the same chapter used to be there with the peacock feather. Every day. Next day also the same thing again. Same thing, it was going on. And he was wondering. It was towards the last few days. Thinking then what is happening? He did not really realize that it was the last day to close the temple for the year. And this Pundanam finished the discourse and he was returning from the temple with the other devotees. But somehow he forgot the Bhagavatam because it's the last day. If he left the Bhagavatam here, then he cannot get it because he is not nearby either. And now, so he really rushed back to the temple. And by the time he really went to the temple, the temple was already locked for the whole year now. So, now what we can do? So, but we have, he was seeing temple is locked, but his Bhagavatam is inside. And what he did was, through the keyhole of the temple, the door, he was looking inside. Just like for that, because he was hearing some sound. Somebody is inside the temple, closed temple. Some talking is going on. Somebody is talking something. And he was looking through the key, that hole, small hole in the front of the, that side. He was looking at. There he saw that Lord Shiva himself was reading from Pundanam's Bhagavatam book. And it was the same story of this Rukmini. And who are all hearing? Mother Parvati was sitting near. And all the Bhuta Ganas, remember like Lord Shiva is with so many ghosts and goblins. They are all sitting there and listening to the Bhagavatam recited by Lord Shiva. Their eyes were filled with tears out of devotion. Because, actually Rukmini is fainting because of so much of emotional things happening there. The way that Lord Krishna was telling her about. So Pundanam stood there motionless and he heard the whole recitation. At the end, Lord Shiva asked Parvati Devi, did you like the Bhagavatam recitation? And Parvati Devi replied to Lord Shiva, yes, it was nice, but it was not as good as Pundanam's. Lord Shiva replied, yes, that is true. I also like to hear Bhagavatam from Pundanam. That is why I placed the peacock feather mark again and again at the beginning of the same topic every day, because I love that particular topic in Srimad Bhagavatam. Hearing this, Pundanam, who stood outside, was shaken up, and he loudly shouted, "Oh Krishna!" he shouted. And then when he was looking through the thing again, through the hole again, nothing. Everybody, Lord Shiva and Mother Parvati, everybody had disappeared from his sight. So this historical incident has been recorded. With the date and everything, completely everything, all recorded. This explains how all the living entities, including the demigods, love this great literature. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, this is the 12th canto, 13th chapter, 18th verse. Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam. His purest Purana is only Srimad Bhagavatam. Every other Purana cannot come equal to that, because actually Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, if you have Srimad Bhagavatam, you don't have to really have any other Purana. So even if you do not have any other scriptures, Vedas, Upanishads, all these other Puranas and Upapuranas, all the Mahabharata, Ramayana, no. You suppose you don't have anything at all, but you have only Srimad Bhagavatam, you haven't lost anything at all. So Srimad Bhagavatam Puranam Amalam Yet Vaishnavanam Priyam. So this is very dear to the Vaishnavas. Yes, mean Paramahamsyam. Paramahamsyam means this is relished by Paramahamsas. Ekam Amalam Jnanam Param Giyate. So this describes the pure and supreme knowledge of the Paramahamsas. Tatra jnana virage bhakti sahitam nais karmyam avishtam. Together. Because this Bhagavatam reveals the means for becoming free from this all material entanglement in this world with repeated birth and death. And together with the processes of transcendental knowledge, renunciation and devotion, everything comes. And anyone who seriously tries to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, who properly hears and chants it with devotion, becomes completely liberated. Tatra jnana viraga bhakti sahitam nais karmyam avishkritam tach shrunuvan su patan vicharana paro bhaktiya vimuchye naraha. They are completely, they don't have to worry about anything else. So they will reach Krishna. But Bhagavatam cannot be read. It has to be only heard. This is where the problem comes. And in Vrindavan, every living and non-living beings are all Sutta Sattvic and Visutta Sattvic. Actually, yesterday in the class, somebody asked a question in Tamil class. What's the difference between Sutta Sattvic and Visutta Sattvic? That is the Jaiva Dharma. So we are not going to go over here. They all have great love for Krishna. So today is Bhakti's Rasa is Krishna's flute and the peacocks. Because there is a story involved why Krishna is wearing peacock. So in Vrindavan, every living and non-living beings are all very highly, they love Krishna, including the animals and birds such as peacocks. Today we will take only one sloka from the 18,000 slokas of the Mahapurana, Srimad Bhagavatam, Krishna's flute and the peacocks. In the eightfold pastimes of Lord Krishna, because that's Ashtakali Leela, the morning pastimes are special in around Nandagaon. We are not talking about the Nishanda Leela. This is after the Nishanda Leela. Krishna and along with Balaram and Gopas, so many Gopas, they all go for the cow herding in Vrindavan forests. many gopis, headed by Srimati Radharani, come daily to Nandagaon and prepare so many preparations for Krishna to eat. Mother Yashoda does not want to be away from his Kannaya. So she used to tell him not to go far in the forest also. Because the way she was really always begging and begging, oh Kannaya, don't go far, always keep on playing the flute so that I can hear. After preparing lunch for Krishna and Balaram, Mother Yashoda, along with Nanda Baba, used to follow Krishna and Balaram for a long distance, as they all taking the cows out to graze for the day. Finally, after bidding farewell for the day, they return home with heavy heart. Because because Yashoda and Nanda Baba used to really worry, what will happen to Krishna and Balaram in the forest? They all worried. But Krishna and Balaram and Gopas, they love to be in the forest. Anyway, here, after cooking for Krishna in Nandagaon, Srimati Radhika and her Sakhis returned to Yavat. As Radhika's Sakhis, then they are all sit near her, Radhika in the center. And they will be sitting in three groups. One is called Tadastha group, that is neutral to Radharani and Krishna. Then Swapaksha, belonging to Radharani's own group. That is where all these Ashtasakis and their own, all the big groups are coming. That is Swapaksha. Swapaksha means they are partial to only, they do only for Krishna. Only to Radharani. They support only Radharani blindly. And the third group is Sukrut. Sukrut means they are friendly. They are friendly. So which group we the ones initiated under Gurudev belong? That is Swapaksha, belonging to Radharani's own group. Anyway, all these three groups, they all begin to meditate on Krishna. And they become deeply spellbound. And when Krishna sometimes appears to their internal vision, this is important to understand. People may not be really knowing much about this. And whatever that is happening in the Vrindavan forest, they can really see. Because even the devotees, high-class devotees, they really can see all these Leela going on. And they can even, like such as Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami and all the Raghunath Goswami, they all can enter into the Leela also, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Of course, he is Lord Krishna himself anyway. So, but they can really see what is going on. They in the heart, that vision will be there. And by seeing all these things, they become immersed in the mellow of divine separation called Viraga Rasa. Bhakti Rasa, Viraga Rasa. Viraga Rasa is basically Vipralamba. So you have, because Viraga, in the sense, you see what we do for the disappearance day of Srila Gurudev, what we do, we call it Viraga. Viraga means separation. So we are supposed to have separation mode. When we are actually observing these kind of disappearance days of Vaishnavas. And they become so immersed and they really feel so sad. I mean, actually it's a rasa. It's not like the miseries that we really feel that in this world. Anyway, so because it is called Vishamrita. This Viraga Rasa is called Vishamrita. It's a Visha means a poison. But it's Amrita as well. See, it is like you have a hot liquid of sugar cane. Hot liquid of sugar cane. Suppose you are really trying to so what will happen? It burns your mouth. That is Visha. But it is Amrita inside. That is why all these rasas are all what the Visha Amrita. Anyway, see how Radhika is. Radhika is especially immersed in this Viraga Rasa and oblivious to all external consideration. The Sakhis call out to her and bring even more remembrance of Krishna's pastime. So as they see, they will be talking about what Krishna and Krishna is doing. So this is the verse that they really talk. The only one verse we are taking. There is one of those verses. The gopis all say to Radharani, Brindavanam Saki Bhuvo Vitanoti Kirtim Yeh Devaki Sutapada Bhujo Lapta Lakshmi Govinda Venum Anumata Mayura Nrityam Prekshyatri Vavataratanya Samasta Satvam. So Brindavana means Brindavana forest. Oh Saki, oh friend. Bhuve, of the earth. Vitanoti spreads kirti, the glories. Because why this Vrindavan is so glorious? Because Devaki Sutta, this Devaki, there's actually Yashoda also has another name called Devaki. Here it is the name of Yashoda actually. We have to be very careful. This is a problem. One Devaki is in Madura and then one Devaki is here. So we have to be really see the context where this is happening. So Pada Ambuja from the lotus feet received the Lakshmi, the treasure. So basically his lotus feet cannot be even heard for ordinary, even Lakshmi cannot get it. And his Venu, the Gita, it's Govinda Venum. Anu, upon hearing what happens? Mata means maddened. Maddened, somebody gets mad. Of course, including gopis. So here what it is talking on Mayura. Mata means the peacocks get maddened. And what do? Nrityam. They start to dance. For what? Why they are dancing? Prekshya. By seeing something. What is the seeing? What they're seeing? They're seeing the flute of. They're seeing Krishna and hearing the flute as well. They get totally mad. So this sloka is from Venu Gita and all the purport, everything written by Srila Gurudev. Because there is nobody that can come near Gurudev when he is really giving all these wonderful jewels. Because that is why Srila Prabhupada left this 10th canto for Gurudev to really take the jewels and then give it for us. There are a lot of reasons. So that is why Prabhupada did not write the 10th canto. Oh, this sloka is, saying, oh, Vrindavaneshwari, who is talking? The gopis are telling Radhika. This Vrindavana is more glorious than the heavenly planets, Vaikuntha, and more glorious than Ayodhya and Dwarakapuri, because it has been graced with the footprints of the son of the Devaki, who is actually here, Yashoda. And only in this Vrindavana are the peacocks dancing in rhythm to the flute melody of Govinda. So Lord Krishna is playing the flute in such a way, he is playing in the 5th note. Oh, it makes it is really hitting the heart of everybody like the thunderbolt is hitting. But it is melody, but the power is like thunderbolt. And only in this Vrindavana are the peacocks dancing in rhythm to the flute melody of Govinda. Hearing the sound of the flute and seeing the peacocks dancing, all of the birds and animals and other living entities have also become stunned. They were wondering what is going on. What is this? So here Devaki refers to the other name of Yashoda. Very important. Lord Krishna has arranged so many things so that the normal people get really misunderstand about Krishna himself. They are calling Krishna as as avatar. This is the problem. See, he hides everywhere. That's what we read in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Lord Krishna purposely hides himself, but only his dearmost devotees can find. He cannot run away from them. So in this verse, Devaki Sudha means Yashoda Nandan Krishna, and his footprints are beautifying Vrindavan. These footprints are everywhere in Vrindavan, even on the mountains. Why? Because when he sings this flute, he plays his flute, even the mountains melt. Look at it. That is probably how the whole even the Greek Govardhan also, because of he was hearing, he was really started going down. When Acharya saw the footprints of Lord Krishna, all imprinted there because it's all melted on the rocks, which we see when we really go to Vrindavan, Braj Parikrama. When he saw that, he was weeping. And later Uddhava also came. Because Acharya came to take Krishna and Balaram for Madhura so that they become Narayana back again, as they really came as Vasudeva Krishna before. But then Uddhava came to pacify Nanda Baba, Yashoda, and the gopis and all the Brajavasis. That time also Uddhava also did the same thing. So seeing these footsteps, they all fell down to offer obeisances and rolled on the ground, crying profusely. He said, "Today I am so fortunate to have darshan of Krishna's lotus feet." How does Krishna enter the Vrindavan forest? Playing very deep notes on the flute. Govinda enters the forest near Govardhan. Immediately all the peacocks approach him making the keke sound. And they see that Krishna appears like a dark rain cloud. Now they are getting tricked. Because why? Oh, here is the rain cloud has come. Oh, we have to start dancing now. And also thunder also is coming because he wears a pitambara who is yellowish, like thunder color. So they already get confused. And also because he uses the end holes of the flute to produce very, very deep notes, his playing of the flute is like thunder. And his yellow cloth is like a lightning. And what happened to the peacocks? The peacocks become maddened. Mata. Mata means peacock. They got maddened. And they immediately formed a circle around Krishna. Forming a circle around Krishna, what do? They began dancing and dancing around Krishna with great bow. Rasa. Great bow to the melody of the enchanting flute being played by Krishna. It was such a beautiful scene. Only the most fortunate souls who have spiritual vision can see all these. All others are simply spiritually blind. No use of this. What is the use of their eyes and their lives? Simply waste. Hearing the sound of the flute, because everybody becomes automatically, even the other living entities such as lions and tigers, which have the mode of, what is the mode of the mode they really have is tamasic and rajasic. Everybody becomes sattvic. So they become stunned and abandon their usual course of activities. For example, deep in the forest live tigers and lions and bears. When they hear the sweet melody of the flute of Krishna, these animals abandon their violent natures. They are now hesitating to harm and kill for their own allocated food. They go hungry because they forgot about their own nature. They look everywhere with kindness. then how can they harm anyone? Why? Krishna's flute entered into their hearts and changed them into sattvic. From tamasic to or rajasic, or tamasic or rajasic into sattvic. And what about the deers? They already have a little touch of the sattva and they became ecstatic. So here in this sloka, sattva can also mean sutta sattva or visuddha sattva. Everything in the spiritual world is visuddha sattva, comprised of pure spiritual energy. There is not a touch of mundane qualities or of even goodness, means sattva, or passion, which is rajas, or ignorance, tamas. No. In that realm, there is nothing like that, because they are beyond the three modes of material nature. Everything in the loka of Krishna are all visuddha sattva. Who is saying? Our Gurudev is giving all these explanations. Especially it is known as the essence of the Haladini and Sam with potencies combined, which is found in the hearts of these eternal Ragatmika devotees there. Like those their Gopas and Gopis and Manjaris and all those, they are the one. Nitya Siddhas. But if greed arises in the heart of a living entity for the sentiment of premi devotees, then he would perform bhajana following in their footsteps. Then they can get into this sutta sattva. Not visuddha sattva, but visuddha sattva, that only the trace can be attained. Then every molecule of their devotion reflects into his heart. It can be sometimes called visuddha sattva, but it's a trace. Or every molecule of their heart is immersed in visuddha sattva, with this trace of the visuddha sattva. And there are three kinds of sattva we have seen now. Visuddha sattva is the highest, that is only in Goloka Vrindavan. Sattva and others, sattva is there in Vaikunta. Then Mishra sattva, it means mixed in other lokas down. This Mishra sattva exists within the conditioned souls also, like jivas in the material worlds. But sattva, they exist in the liberated souls. There are muktas, vaikuntas, for example. But those who have not yet developed bhakti, it will be Mishra sattva. So this is how all these things happening. Here with some jealous anger, the gopis are really revealing this, what they are really seeing in their heart, what Krishna is doing, and what the peacocks are actually doing. So they were all lamenting. Oh Sakhis, all of the animals, birds, insects and everything in Vrindavan has become fortunate except us. In an independent way, Krishna is bestowing his touch on everyone and everything in Vrindavan. When he climbs on the hills, his feet are placed here and there. And even the trees and flowers are all receiving his touch. But there is no possibility for us receiving this. And therefore in Vrindavan, we are the most unfortunate people, the gopis. As we see, there are thorns in Vrindavan also. But before Krishna stepped on them, the thorn becomes softer like butter. And experiencing the touch of his feet, all the thorns simply melt in divine bliss. They have become like butter when Krishna steps on them. With the jealous anger, the gopis are saying more. How do they lament? As of yet, our hearts have not become similarly melted in Krishna Prema. Therefore, if we could become thorns or blades of grass in Vrindavan, then when Krishna places his lotus-like feet on us as thorns, we will also melt. Unfortunately, we are not even born as thorns. And our lives would have become extremely successful if that. See our pitiable condition. For us, there are so many obstacles. We are not able to go with him, to Krishna and touch his feet or to speak with him. We are not able to fan him or serve him in any way during the daytime. There are so many restrictions upon us. But see, there are no such restrictions whatsoever for all of those living entities in Vrindavana. If we were to become blades of grass, or thorns, or vines, or even ponds, or the dust of Vrindavan, that settles on his divinely body, divine body when the cows and calves are running here and there, producing so much of dust. Even if that dust actually is a fortune, if it really comes and just touches on our head. Look at the grass. How fortunate they are. They are directly getting the touch of his lotus feet. What else do we need? So become a grass. Become a blade of grass or thorn or a stone in Vrindavan. We could receive his touch. But this form, it is not possible. So here we have to bring a quote from Srila Gurudev. When an interviewer asked the question, when somebody who came, some TV station came and asked him, Gurudeva, you desire to go to Goloka? Gurudeva said, no. Then what do you want to become? What do you want to become? I desire to be a blade of grass in Vrindavan. This is the mood of our Gurudev. We may be talking Goloka, 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 but the thing is, if you are really examining, then you are selfish. You have to serve. What is important is service. Anyway, in this sloka, in expressing their jealous anger, they are describing the good fortune of the land of Vrindavan. What are those fortunate ones? Dust, grass, thorns, and stones, and the animals. So anyway, only Krishna, anyway, so he is also an avatar. From him all the avatars are coming. So Brindavanam Sagibuo Vitanoti Kirtim Yate Vaki Sutapadam Puja Lapta Lakshmi Govinda Venu Manumatta Mayura Nirtyam Prekshya Trisan Avarastanya Samasta Sattvam. Krishna played Mridu. Mridu means Mridu mantra on the floor. So when he was actually playing the Mridu mantra, means that is a soft note. That was when the rain clouds begin to gather. The sky, at once becomes dark. And very softly and slowly thunder also comes. When the clouds clash violently, it produces a loud thunder and lightning also. But at first they produce a very soft and deep thunder. And that is called mantra. Mridu mantra. Krishna produced a similar sound on the flute, but with mridu, that is a sweetness. Mridu also means sweetness. When Krishna produced such a sound on the flute, the mridu and sweetness attracted everybody. Especially the peacocks, as we just listened to the sloka. Because the nature of the peacock is such that then when it sees the sky darkening and hears thunder, it begins to dance madly. Krishna is also seeing Giri-Govardhan. Krishna is also seeing Giri-Govardhan. Giriraja Govardhan is beautifully possessed with creepers, blooming flowers and ripe fruits. The breeze was blowing very gently, seemingly unable to carry the full weight of the flower's fragrance, but the breeze is going. Hearing this deep vibration of his flute, the peacocks went mad, really mad, very mad. Forgetting themselves, they started dancing rhythm with their tail feathers fully spread out. What about other animals? All the other animals, birds and insects and Vrindavan, they are all congregated in the meadows of Govardhan, and they were all witnessing the fantastic and wonderful performance that was going on. Then the peacocks thought, Our Lord Krishna is playing such a beautiful melody and dancing to that we are feeling great joy. But we have nothing to give him in return. That's why I started with the story with that Gurudev, we cannot pay anything. We are indebted. We cannot really pay him at all in even millions of lifetimes. So these peacocks are now feeling better. So they are thinking, somehow I have to really give something. Because usually when someone plays something even on the street, what they do? They put a small, towel or something there, so the people really put some money, 2 rupees, 5 rupees or 10 rupees or whatever it is. They will get. So one of these peacocks was thinking, I have nothing valuable to offer him. No golden necklace around my neck or any valuable ornaments that I have. I am simply an animal. But I know there people are crazy for my tail, the feather. With the 7 colors, they are so attractive to many people. So is there any reason why I should not offer him one? Because if we hear Harikatha and if we are not offering anything to the speaker, you are not going to get any benefit. Zero. This is why when a sadhu comes, especially a guru comes, one is supposed to give something, dakshina. Without dakshina, whatever that you heard from guru or the sadhu, no use. Absolutely no use. Your life is not going to change at all. You are not going to get bhakti unless you follow the rules and regulation of the shastras like this. Oh, then Krishna is also thinking, this peacock is very loving. Wow, the peacock has fully appreciated my flute playing. And when the peacock was actually, giving the feather, so it was giving it's one of the feather to Krishna. He gladly accepted that. And he was so happy, very, very happy. And lifting the feather up and placing it on his head, he thought, just as the flute is dear to me, this peacock feather also has now become dear to me. While walking, resting, dreaming, standing, or sitting, I will never abandon this peacock feather. I will always wear it. Wherever I may go in Braj, I will never abandon the flute, and also I will never forget this peacock feather. This is the origin of the peacock feather, becoming Krishna's most celebrated ornament. So the peacock saw this and became very happy. Oh, I left that feather for him, but he did not merely put it on his pocket or somewhere or maybe on his ear or anywhere. No, he placed it on the top of his head, over his ornament, as the most valuable of all his whatever that he has. Today my life has become completely successful. This is how Krishna reciprocates. When we give completely ourselves to him, that devotee, he really feels that he is not even as good as prema, but prema he has, he does not have that much prema as his devotee. So he lifts the devotee and then put it on his head and dances. This is the quality of Krishna. So anyway, actually, whenever we visit to see our Guru, we must give something. Never ever go with empty-handed when seeing one's Guru. It could be simply a flower or even a leaf, or better thing is little dakshina. That's the best. Never ever go empty-handed. If you go empty-handed, the Harikatha, your heart or heart won't have any effort. I am reading whatever Gurudev has really quoted. Anyway, also he has said, 2 persons, when we visit to, you should never go empty-handed. One is Guru, other one is temple deity. When you go to temple, you have to always put something in the, for as an offering. You have to do that. So if you go empty-handed to your Guru, some even do not want to call his Diksha Guru also Guru. That is another problem. So if I go empty-handed to see my Guru, Shastra says that I will get only empty from him and from his Harikatha. Yeah, now I'm reading Gurudev's one. No progress will come. Actually, there is a great chance to even fall down because you are insulting the Shastras, which is telling that you have to always give something to your Guru. But a Guru does not need anything. That's why we started with. You cannot really repay in millions of births. You cannot repay for what he is giving. But a Guru does not need anything from his disciples. Actually, he is always giving and giving and giving. Actually, even if I take, for example, millions and millions of births, I cannot repay my Gurudev. We have no way of repaying one's Guru. But Gurudeva is very kind. Even when we offer a leaf, he accepts it and says, "Oh, what a beautiful thing you have brought me." And we feel pleased. Similarly, Sudama Vipra brought Krishna some uncooked, low-grade rice. And honoring his, see, Krishna even snatched it. He was, because Sudama was afraid, he was hesitating. Oh, how can I give this? Krishna snatched it from him and saying, "Oh, such a nice snack that you have brought for me." And even though it was uncooked and dry and tasteless, he immediately chewed it up and said, "Rukmini and Satyabhama have not really offered these tasteful rice." Hearing these, how did Sudama Vipra feel? Same thing. Today, I have become fully gratified. Same way the Peacock also felt. And then the same way, Krishna also felt even immensely more. Okay. So the Peacock saw that he had offered Krishna such a trivial gift, yet Krishna had taken it and placed it on his head. Then Krishna even now started playing more now. Started playing more. Now Krishna became maddened now. He was playing the flute with so much of prema. And he became maddened more than even the peacock. Anumata. In this verse generally refers to peacock becoming intoxicated, but it can refer to Krishna as well. Peacock is intoxicated and so does Krishna. Both are enjoying the prema rasa. So prema rasa is not just one-sided enjoyment. Both have enjoyed. And there will be variations also. So then Krishna played his flute with even more prema. And the peacock became more maddened. Krishna also became more maddened. And in this way, there was competition between them. If someone offers something with prema, and it is also accepted with prema, then both parties become the tasters of that prema. And that is precisely happened here. While Krishna was playing his flute in this way, and the dancing was going on, all of the sattva, meaning the birds and animals, became motionless and watched and listened. But you don't consider them to be like the birds and animals of this world. The birds and animals of Goloka are all of Visuddha Sattva. There is no trace of tamas, rajas or even sattva in them. So, even when the living entities become very elevated, perhaps just before liberation, still there is some trace of material sattva in them. But in the world of the Goloka, there is only Visuddha Sattva and also Sutta Sattva for those who are sadhana siddhas. So this is how, in order to watch Krishna playing the flute and saying the dance of the peacock, many other birds also gathered, and they all just started dancing and dancing and dancing. The whole Vrindavan forest, everything is dancing. Even the trees, even though they are non-moving, they also dance and offering more and more and more flowers for Krishna. They are showering with flowers. And many other birds gathered in groups and branches of the trees of Govardhana, and the whole dancing was going on. So that is what the same sloka that we covered. In this way, everyone stands motionless. The cows, birds, deers, everything, living, moving, non-moving, all were listening and watching, thinking, oh, we are so fortunate, because this can only be found in Sri Vrindavan. So Bhagavan is also present in Vaikunta and also as Lakshmi Narayana. But in Vaikunta, the sound of the flute cannot even be heard. There is no cow herding pastime either. Also in Ayodhya and Dwaraka, one won't see peacocks dancing like this. There Krishna is Dwarakeshwara, king of the kings. So much of opulence and reverence. We don't want that kind of worship, that kind of form of the Lord. So Krishna's flute can be heard only in Vrindavan, nowhere else. With an oti in the sloka, actually means that Vrindavan is the most glorious than the heavenly planets, even Vaikunta and Dwaraka. So because in Goloka, Vrindavan or Goloka Vrindavan, Sri Krishna exhibits 4 special qualities: Rupa Madhuri, Venu Madhuri, Leela Madhuri and Prema Madhuri. Because Govinda is playing the flute there, the splendor and glories of Vrindavan are being proclaimed as the best of all, with all these Madhuris. So this sloka we selected, just one sloka is from Venu Gita. And how did it appear? So when all these wonderful things were actually going on, the whole Vrindavan was really so happy. And he was amazingly wonderful to really, and beautiful, most beautiful. So with that in mind, I wrote this poem some time back. Brindavana Malika Giridharicha, Brindavana Malika Giridharicha, Sringara Mohana Yamuna Tira, Sringara Mohana Yamuna Tira, Brindavana Malika Giridharicha. Oh, sorry.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Radhe, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Gurudeva, Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.